Welcome back to Ask Sloan, everybody.
Sponsored by Zentavos. Keep more of your money.
Well, everybody, part 2 of Ask Sloan. I'm Sloan, and this is my lovely bride, Sherri. And last time we talked about marriage and family, and this time we're going to talk a little bit more about business, family, and faith.
Yes, let's start with Zentavos.
Hey, Zentavos.
Let's talk a little bit about Zentavos.
I'm so excited.
Okay, first, I love that you have a servant's heart. And I feel like almost everything you do in every part of your life is with a servant's heart, even creating the app Zentavos.
Yes, it's true.
Yes. So my question is, what would you say is the current or future feature on the app that you're most excited about sharing with your customers, and why?
Oh, wow. So, I mean, my career has been all about accounting and tax. And the feature that I'm really trying to get to is that when you log into the app every day, all of your financial reporting is ready. Like you have up-to-date financial information, and your accounting and your taxes are done for you. That the system has what it needs to prepare that information for you, and and it is fully capable of answering your questions and helping you lower your taxes if that's what's needed, or helping you achieve your financial goals in some way. Like the biggest problem with small business owners is really not having actionable information to make good decisions.
Like up to date.
Like it's April 23rd. What is my expected tax liability for next year? I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
But if I know what it is today, I can make great decisions around that.
Okay.
Do I need to buy a house next year? Okay, if I need to do that, do I need to make sure that I'm reporting enough income to do that? Like, am I saving enough money? Like, what are my savings goals and things like that? Like I'm really building Zentavos so that when you open the app, it gives you the information you need to make financial decisions that are going to help you achieve your financial goals. And that's our mission. Our mission is to help small business owners achieve their financial goals. A really cool feature, I'll just add to that. I really want it also to be able to print out an audit for you. I've got a client right now that's going through an IRS audit. It is super insanely stressful and stuff, and it takes a lot of effort to really compile that data and to put it in a format that the IRS can go through and you get through that audit cleanly. And I want Zentavos to be able to do that.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Yes. So I'm working on making sure that as we build it, we build it in such a way that we can do that.
Okay. Have you received any feedback so far from any customers that have said, like, I really like this feature or that feature? We've definitely gotten some feedback, really love the fact that it tells you what your cash flow is, like right off the bat. And that is great.
That's what it is, and it's semi-depressing because my cash flow is negative. Oh no, I'm running out of money. You know what I mean? But again, that gives you that information to know, hey, like.
And you can make it better.
No Starbucks today.
Help you make better choices.
So that's really the thing. The mileage tracker, I really am trying to get some feedback on if that's working out for anybody. I've got some really neat ideas about the mapping and the mileage tracking and things like that. We got some clients that are trucking companies, logistics companies, and so being able to like know where the truck is on the route and things like that, like being able to
track it,
monitor that situation. I've got a lot that I really want to build into this, and so I'm just really excited about it, and working very hard to transition myself to where that's all I do is build Zentavos.
Yeah, you've been working really hard on it. Spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah. Yeah, but not enough.
You're getting there, though. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we covered this a little bit in the last segment, but let's go dive a little deeper into this. It seems like there's a lot of pressure for husbands to have it like all together financially. Looking back, what advice would you give people that are just starting out on their entrepreneurship journey, or give your younger self? What advice would you give looking back now, like everything that you've learned?
Yes. So husbands, fathers have an insane amount of pressure to be providers, right? And it's just in there. Good men want to provide a great life for their family. That's just what it is. And their family comes first.
Yeah.
And when you're an entrepreneur, when you're a small business owner, when you step into that, I think before you do that, I think everybody feels like, business owners are millionaires. Like,
No.
oh, you're a business owner? Oh man, you must be crushing it. Like I bought a $120,000 car, but I paid $18,000 for it because I bought it 10 years later. Like, you know what I mean? Like what? Like, like we're broke. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? And when I first started studying this in 2007, I picked up this entrepreneur book, Entrepreneur Magazine
From Kroger, probably.
But it was a book.
Or Barnes & Noble.
I got the book from Barnes & Noble. And the first page is like, make sure you talk to your family about this and get their support. Because this is really hard. And if you don't have their support, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. And so I think I didn't know how long it was going to take. And so I think that the advice that I would give is number one, recognize that it's going to take 3 to 5 years. And that's minimum. That's minimum. Now, I had to start over several times. So, like, I'm 3 to 5 years in 5 times. So it gets really hard. And so your spouse needs to know that you're the last to get paid and that there's no money for you until there's enough money to pay everything. And we're talking about paying the business bills, Our finances are hard. So I had to cover the business. I got to make sure that I'm being a good steward to the investor capital and all that stuff. And so what we bring home is whatever we can,
Mm-hmm.
and in the beginning, it was really difficult for you.
It was.
You came from a family that it seemed like had all the bills covered. Everything was fine. Like you weren't necessarily privy to all that. Your parents are entrepreneurs and they are business owners, but they had a stack to work with when they started their business. So even though the business wasn't profitable for 4 years, and I know that by talking to your dad and everything.
Yeah.
You guys still had your bills covered and everything.
Yeah, and we didn't see that part of it. And it was still like they worked the 9 to 5 and then they had time for the family. And
right.
That's kind of like what I wanted to replicate with our family. And like I felt like that was missing, but I didn't understand.
Right. And like being in utilities, like you got like your parents' life, like that's how it was. It was literally like 9 to 4:30. You know what I mean? It was over. And me being in taxes, like in tax season, those people work 7 days a week and 10, 12-hour days.
Till 2 a.m. sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's what happened to me last week. Like two 12-hour days and like 2 16-hour days, like in a row. And so it was really hard on you. And I kind of took that for granted. Like I felt like you should just be like, go get it, bro. And like I really felt like you should be more supportive in that. But the truth is that there wasn't really enough communication around it. You didn't fully understand what it was going to take for me to get where I needed to go. And I didn't fully understand that you didn't really get it.
Yeah.
And and I don't know that it would have changed anything. It was just a really hard time. But But the advice that I would give is really have this conversation and be okay with, hey, we're going to just barely scrape by for a while, and it's going to have to be hustle mentality, and like it's going to be long days and long nights, and like you really need to communicate around the effort that your business is going to need to get to a place where you're going to have what would be considered enough and being able to provide. And since we had 3 kids pretty quick, like catching up was impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally got to a place where we had some relief. You know, I'd say probably like 5 years ago or so, probably 2018. So probably about 7 years, 8 years now. But the first 15 years was, man, so tough.
It was hard.
Yeah.
It was not, what were we saying the other day? It was not butterflies and fluffy bunnies.
That's what you say, butterflies and fluffy bunnies. I love it. Flowers and fluffy bunnies. Yes.
Butterflies and fluffy bunnies.
Butterflies. Yeah, just so you all know, I broke her butterfly vase. It was terrible. I was devastated.
It's okay, babe. I don't even remember what it looked like.
It was important to me.
Yeah.
And I broke it. It was a terrible day. Anyways.
Okay. I think this is a really important one.
Nice.
I know I struggle with this sometimes, so I know I'm probably not the only one.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Shoot.
There's lots of scriptures about like giving it to God and, letting it go. And, sometimes I find myself like worrying about the little things that are not even important, right?
Sure.
Instead of just like giving that to God and letting it go and moving on. So like, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay. So let go and let God, right?
Let go and let God. That's easy to
That's
say.
the easy thing to say. And first I'll talk about what was difficult for me.
Mm-hmm.
The things that I do, if I don't do them well, it costs my clients thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And having financial hardship, thousands of dollars is extremely stressful for me.
Of course.
And so, my mantra is make it happen. And so you can sit around and you can talk to a bunch of people about getting things done, but then you can have your, meeting number 2 and who did their homework, and it's like, after I got with a few groups trying to, put some structure and make some business happen. And I started to realize like, man, if I don't do it, it's not getting done.
Yeah.
And so when I got to a place where I was so overwhelmed with all the things that I had to do, and my list was like pages long. My to-do list was just pages long.
No way to get it all
done.
done.
There's no way to get it all done.
Yeah.
Like I got burnout a few times. I'm sure you probably remember that.
Yeah.
And I call it the 12 spinning plates. Okay, so you got 12 spinning plates, and like you're going around and you're spinning this plate. Oh, and that one's gonna fall, and you come like, when you get burnout, like
all of them,
you just drop them all. Like I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. What's really funny about that is I've come back. Like you burn out, you crash, boom, but then you got to get back up and come over here and
reset.
Man, those 3 plates are still spinning.
Yeah.
And these fell. You don't need those. Those ones don't matter.
Mm.
These 3 matter, and they're still spinning.
Right.
And there's something spiritual about that, in my opinion. Let go, let God. Like God keeps those plates spinning.
Mm.
And He's just waiting for you to come back. And then you take care of those plates, and they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the first step is really understanding what's actually important.
Right.
And what's not. And Tony Robbins has this great formula for like making that happen. Like what are and he probably learned it from someone. And I know that Steve Jobs had this as well, and like really high highly effective performance people, you really think about what are the top 3 things that you need to do today to accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish.
Mm.
And really focus on those things.
Right.
And do those things first.
Mm-hmm.
And get those done. And some days you're not going to get anything else done.
Right.
And other days you're going to get those 3 things done before lunch. And then you're going to be able to do a couple more things.
Right.
And when you're managing your to-do list that way, some things get done, you never even touched it somehow.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And the things that don't get done that are important, they will end up on your top 3 things to do one of the days ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to give yourself grace to recognize you can't get everything done. I mean, today's one of those days for me, babe. I had a list of things that I wanted to accomplish today. And I didn't get any of them done.
None of it.
None of them. And there was nothing I could do about it, actually.
Right.
Didn't get any of them done.
But we're here getting this done.
But I'm doing the podcast.
Doing the podcast.
You know? I got a dinner meeting with a couple of good friends, potential investors after this. For Centavos. That's important. Okay.
Yeah.
The work that I did with my father earlier today on a client, that was really important work. It wasn't on the schedule for today, but it got on the schedule. And that was the most important thing for me to do actually today for client work.
Right.
And then this is the most important thing for me to do today as far as our marketing and advertising deal and keeping Sloan going. And then the dinner is the most important thing for me to do for Centavos. So, I mean, I'm going to get 3 things done, but it just didn't happen to be on my list.
Right. Oh, we did get Bible study done this morning.
Hey, we
that
did.
was on your list, and you got that done.
We didn't do as much as you wanted to do, but we
We'll
did.
do more
We
later
did do
tonight.
it though. We did do it, so it was really good. So how do you? So step 1, you really need to figure out what's important and what's not important, and you've got to let the stuff go that is not important.
Just let it go.
You just have to let it go. Like you just have to let it go and recognize that's a control thing. Are you in control or is God in control?
Right.
And the second thing is, I would say you pray about the things that are really bothering you. Like, hey, Lord, I have not been able to get to this. Help me be able to focus on this or get it done for me or tell me how to do the next thing. Like, I really think prayer,
Even if it's small.
Even if it's small, I think prayer should really be, I believe in praying without ceasing and including the Lord in every single thing that I'm doing. So like, Lord, help me remove distractions so that I can focus on this. Or instead tell me that this is not important and that I don't need to worry about that and I should be focused on something else.
Yeah.
What comes to mind is the story of Martha and Mary,
Oh, yeah.
right? Jesus comes over.
Mm-hmm.
And Martha, she starts going to town, like cleaning up and like getting prepared, and she's about to start making dinner, and like she's doing all the stuff. And Mary, she just goes and sits down at the table with Jesus and starts listening.
Right.
You know? And Martha's running around, you know, making it happen and getting upset, right? And then she comes over and she's like, Jesus, Mary's just sitting there. Would you tell her to help me? And man, she did not get the reaction that she was looking for.
Right.
Jesus was like, you know what, Martha? We can get to those things later.
It's okay.
Mary's actually doing the most important thing right now because I'm not going to be here for very long. And what Martha should have done immediately is stop everything and go sit down with Jesus because he didn't need her to make dinner for him.
Right.
He didn't need the towels to be washed.
Right. I love that you brought that up. That's a good. That's good. Okay, let's talk about after all this busyness and it's important to rest. It is so important to rest. You can't work 7 days a week and expect to maintain energy and everything else.
It's true. We are not the Energizer Bunny.
We are not. Definitely not.
Was there a question in there?
Oh, we're just talking about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I believe in the Sabbath. And I believe that the Sabbath was made for man and not man for the Sabbath.
Right.
And so I believe the Sabbath is the day of rest. And that day should be spent resting, recharging, spending quality time with family. And I think it has been a huge blessing for our family to do that.
Yeah, it truly has.
And I think even going a step further, that's a weekly rest,
Mm-hmm.
But, there were years where I couldn't even take a vacation, and we've gone on some vacations. I couldn't be present.
Right.
And not being able to calm down, not being able to unplug, being on so hard, like I really got to a place where I was having, what some would consider an anxiety disorder. Remember I had that moment and I thought I had a heart attack, and they're like, "Your heart is good, bro."
There's a little anxiety there.
And I was like, "This is no way. Like, I'm dying.
Right.
Like, I just fainted. Like, what are you talking about?"
Right.
And I didn't even believe that I had anxiety. I'm like, stress is my middle name. What are you talking about?
That's
I
terrible.
got this. I've been to dark places. Like, this is nothing. So no, I think taking a minute and calming down, meditating. I love it when we go to Altered State and we do a sauna, and meditate. I really like the salt flow too. I don't know if you like that or not, but no, I think true rest is really important.
Right.
For function. Like, if you really want to be a highly performative person, and highly efficient, sometimes to be more efficient, you have to stop.
Yeah.
There's this thing called presenteeism. If you're sick and you're like operating at 70%, it's better for you to stay home and get better and come back at 110%. You'll actually get further faster.
Oh, yeah.
Than if you try to stay in the game at 70%.
Right.
Because you'll stay sick longer.
Yeah.
And you will not be doing half of what you can do. And so, like, when my brain is done, I need my brain to do my job.
Right.
When my brain is done, I'm done. I quit. Because otherwise I'll make mistakes, and those mistakes will cost me way more than the break that I'm taking.
And then it takes you longer to recharge, and then you have to redo the work. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I told you that your whole life. Like, take a minute.
Well, when we first got together, I was like, no, we don't get breaks. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, I'm grateful to have the Sabbath rest now. And I was going to also ask you, like, what do you do when your clients are not understanding that you're taking a day and resting?
So now it's not a problem. It was a problem in the beginning. A lot of people work on Saturday. A lot of people. And a lot of people that I worked with worked on Saturday. They believed that was the way to get ahead.
Yeah.
Was to work on Saturday. But I don't believe that. I believe the way to get ahead is to receive the Lord's blessing. And I want the Lord's blessing. And so I take the Sabbath. And I don't condemn anybody for their beliefs. Like you do what you do. But this is how I do it, because it's what works for me. And I believe that it works for everybody. But if you ain't ever tried it, you ain't going to know. But I'm unapologetic about it. Like, the truth is that they take breaks. The truth is they go on vacation. The truth is they have moments they don't want to be bothered either.
Yeah.
Right? And so if you can't respect my time, then, have a great day.
Okay.
Find somebody else. I wasn't always that way necessarily, but
Right.
I was always that way with the Sabbath.
Right.
The issue with vacations and stuff is like whenever I was in charge of payroll, like I can't sleep if people don't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Disrupts my chi.
Right.
Well, you got one final one?
That was actually my
Is that
last
it? That was the last
question.
one?
That was the
What?
last one.
Babe,
That was perfect.
I had an absolute amazing time hanging out with you today on the Ask Sloan podcast.
You as well.
What do you think the wisdom of the week is for this episode?
The wisdom of the week.
From what we covered, what do you think? What do you think is the most important thing that we talked about?
What about so many things?
I just need the topic.
Yeah. I mean, let's go with rest.
Rest. Okay. Money. You heard it right here. Wisdom of the week. Take your rest. It is actually more productive. It will produce bigger and better results if you rest. We're not talking about being lazy.
No.
We're not talking about just sitting around twiddling your thumbs. We're not talking about scrolling on Facebook.
Netflix and chill. No.
Netflix and chill. We're talking about rest.
Deep rest.
We believe in the Sabbath. Saturday, no work. Sleep in. Sauna. Meditate. Family time. Jesus. All that. That's what we do. We definitely highly recommend that. But you need to rest. You need to rest your mind, your soul. That means turning everything off. And resting. I mean, I don't have a better word for rest. You know what I mean? But that's turning everything off. Again, that's not scrolling. That's not, anything other than shutting it all down. Breathing exercises.
Yes,
I mean,
take those deep breaths.
It sounds really dumb. 10 deep breaths. Okay, it's like, what is that? Like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, the older I get, the more important that becomes, and how valuable it actually really is. So listen. If you're worn out, if you're strung out, if you're stressed out, like, if something's not working for you, stop. Rest. Your mind will turn back on and be on fire.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to make it happen. So, wisdom of the week. Rest when you need it. And that's what we got. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for joining us, Sloan.
Sponsored by Zintavos. Keep more of your money.